My name is Matt Wally, and I am currently serving as the City of Worcester District 5 City Councilor. I work for a local bank, and for that bank I do a lot of government and community affairs. And I also oversee their Community Reinvestment Act, which is a federal regulation mandating that all financial institutions provide services to everyone in their community, including low and moderate income individuals. When I was younger, I lived near a former mayor and a former at-large councilor, Tim Cooney. And when I was growing up, I would hang out at his house. I was friendly with his children. And I just remember at a young age helping on his campaign, stuffing envelopes, holding signs. And I specifically remember one time we were coming back from a basketball game, and he saw a trash bag on the ground. And he pulled over, picked up the trash bag, put it in his trunk. And I just realized that serving the public isn't just going to meetings, it's actually doing the work that you're doing when no one might be looking. You know, I love serving the residents of District 5. I think I've had good success. The feedback I'm getting from residents is that I'm doing a good job, and I don't feel as though I've done enough. And I continue to work hard, and I think another 2 years will put me in a position to continue making the district where I think it should be. What I see, and based on feedback from constituents, I think the two major issues can fall into the big picture umbrella of pedestrian safety and traffic and parking. And I'll deal with pedestrian safety first. Many streets in the district don't have sidewalks, they're not conducive to pedestrian or bike safety. And I've had a number of different meetings with residents on specific roads where, quite frankly, it's a difficulty for individuals to walk safely in the neighborhood, whether that means someone going to the corner store to grab some milk or a child walking to school. So I think it's going to be important to continue to advocate to put sidewalks where there are no sidewalks, and to advocate for signage and street structure where individuals can walk safely in their neighborhood. And the other issue, which is a critical issue, is street safety as it relates to cars. And a number of the streets in the district, in the residential neighborhoods, are used as cut-throughs. If you look at the district, I think some of the major streets, Chandler, Pleasant, Mill Street, and what we're seeing is when those roads get crowded, the residential roads are used as cut-through. And in many cases, many of these roads are being inundated with cars going well above the speed limit. Now, to that point, I have an order coming to the next City Council asking the administration to look at temporary speed bumps. Many cities across the state use temporary speed bumps. Worcester does not. And I always get a request to put in permanent speed bumps. The problem with a city like Worcester, in the wintertime, speed bumps deter from snow removal. So I think temporary speed bumps could be a solution for certain streets. I don't know why we're not looking at them, but again, I want to advocate for putting them in. And then, of course, when the weather starts to turn cold and we know snow's on the way, ideally a temporary speed bump could be taken out, and for the wintertime it wouldn't be there. It's certainly disappointing as a public official to see such a low voter turnout, and especially this year for the preliminary election, when we know we had more than 12 candidates for City Council at large, we know we had more than 12 candidates for the school committee, and to have turnout as low as something under 9% is disappointing. I think what we need to do as a community and as someone who's in public office is we continue to advocate for people to vote and express to them the importance of what a local vote does. For many people in their day-to-day, a local public official is going to have more impact than someone on the state level or the federal level. I know the clerk's office does a really good job. Every year in the fall, they go out to all of the public high schools and they actually register all seniors to vote. And for those seniors who are under 18, if they're working with the clerk, they sign the papers, the day they turn 18, they're automatically registered. So we need to be proactive as a city, but at the same time, you know, it's up to the residents to realize when you have issues, regardless of it's a pothole or your trash wasn't picked up or funding for education, the best way to have your voice heard is to go to the voting booth on Election Day and mark off those candidates that you feel will serve the city well. I've done a fantastic job as it relates to constituent services. If someone emails me or calls me, in most cases by the end of the day, I'm returning their phone call, returning their email. I fix problems large and small. And at the same time, there are some problems that can't be fixed, and I'm honest, and I tell the voter or tell the resident, here's the reason why this problem can't be fixed. One of the issues that I strongly ran on was improving our public parks, and I'm happy to announce that in this year's budget, there's funding to put a rectangular playing field, artificial turfed, on Farber Field, which is a tired field that's used for soccer, and putting this money into this park is going to go a long way for those residents who want to use it. In addition, I've advocated for funding for Hadwin Park. Recently, we had a ribbon cutting at Hadwin Park. They put up new basketball courts, they put up a lighted parking lot, they put up a new playground and an overlook over the pond. So 2 years ago, one of the issues of my campaign was fighting for public parks. I think I've had success, and going forward, I'm going to continue to do that, and I think I'll continue to have success. To find out more about my campaign, I'd suggest you visit my website, wally4worcester.com. And for anyone who wants to reach out, if you have a question, if you have a concern, if you'd like to volunteer on the campaign, I can be reached at 774-239-0041.